Welcome to Coffee Club. I am your host, Paul Chappell, and today we are going to delve a little bit deeper into OBS. Now, if you watched my last lesson, I showed you how to record. In this lesson, I'm going to show you how to fix your audio sync. OBS has this weird thing where the sound is usually off just a little bit. I don't know why. It has something to do with the streaming software not matching with your recording devices. Whatever it is, we're going to fix it right now. First things first, we're going to go into OBS. I want you to go to Settings, and we're going to go to Video, and you're going to check to see what your FPS is. In my case, it's 30. It doesn't matter what it is. The formula I'm going to give you later will work with any FPS. You're going to hit OK, close that. We're going to go to the option gear for whatever your recording device is. Mine is a Rode mic. So I'm going to go down here to the little gear for the options. Click on it. Go to Advanced Audio Properties. You're going to make sure your sync offset is set for 0. Okay, so once you've done those two things, I'm just going to go ahead and record something. Now, if you've ever watched an old movie about filmmaking, you've probably seen one of these. It's a clapperboard. Now, in the old days, they used to make Hollywood movies on film, and they would record the audio on actual tape. And to sync those up, they would use this clapperboard. And basically what you want to do is you want to bring the clapper down, and it would create a little spike in the audio, and they would use that to sync up with when the clapper actually closes. Is how that would work. You don't have to use a clapperboard. If you don't have a clapperboard, you can actually use your hands, but you want to make sure on your camera, when you close your hands, you want to make sure that you can see when they actually make contact. But I'm going to use the clapperboard because it's a lot simpler. And if you want to get a clapperboard like this, it will be a link to it will be in the description down below. So I'm going to go ahead and hit record, start recording, and I'm just going to use my camera here, my FaceTime camera, and I'm going to just. And another thing, you don't want to be talking when you actually use the clapper because that's going to mess up your audio. Okay, I think that's enough. So I'm going to hit stop recording. Now, at this point, you have your recording. You're going to go open up whatever software you like to use, editing software. In my case, I'm going to use Final Cut Pro. This will work in Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, whatever you use to edit your videos. I'm going to go up here to New, Event. One thing I'm going to do, I have it set for a different rate in here. I'm going to actually use my automatic settings. If you're in Final Cut Pro, you're going to want to use automatic settings, because what automatic settings does, as you can see here where it says video, set based on first video clip property. So it's going to set your event based on what your first clip you import. So there'll be no kind of discrepancies between your video clip and the parameters in your event. So I'm going to go ahead and name this audio sync. Hit OK. I'm going to go up here to my new event, and I'm going to import media. I'm going to go down to my Twitch folder where it says Screams, and this is what I just recorded. I'm going to hit import. Rename the project, just because I anal. You don't have to do this, but I'm pretty anal about stuff like this. Sync project, and I'm going to hit insert to insert this into my project. Now I want this clip to be as big as possible. I'm going to go over here to my clip properties, click on this. I'm going to make it as big as it will go. I'm going to pull this slider up so it just gets really big. Then I'm going to go into my timeline. I'm going to actually hit Shift Z, and it makes it even bigger. But that's not even big enough for me. I'm going to go ahead and hit Command plus and make it as big as possible. So as you can see, these little audio lines right here, this is where I'm actually talking in the video. I want one of these. This is where I'm actually, as you can see, this is where I'm actually closing the clapper. But as you can see, it's off a little bit. In fact, let's go ahead and play it so you can see how off it is. So actually the sound, if we go in really tight on this, here's the sound. So it's actually closing after the sound. Now what you can do is, I'm going to set a marker here. Sound and light, they move at different speeds. And our eyes are used to seeing something before we actually hear it. So what I'm going to do in my timeline, I'm going to set a marker. I'm going to start right before it closes right here. I'm going to put a marker. And then I'm going to use my arrow keys. I'm going to go frame by frame through the timeline of this video clip and find where the clapper actually closes. So I'm going to go frame by frame, and it closes right there. I'm going to put another marker, and then I'm going to go backwards and count the actual frame. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we know it's 5 frames. Now, next thing we're going to do, I'm going to go down here to my calculator. I'm going to open up my calculator. So here's the audio delay formula that you need. There are 1,000 milliseconds in a second. So what you're going to do is you're going to put in 1,000 into the calculator. You're going to divide this by your FPS. So my FPS is 30. And this is the result. Okay, you're going to take this number and you're going to multiply it by the number of frames we just counted. So 5 frames times this number. And this will give you the milliseconds you need to put in OBS. So, and you can just disregard all the numbers after the decimal. We're going to go with 166. So what you're going to do is you're going to close calculator, close your editor. We're going to go back to advanced audio properties, and you're going to put 166 as your milliseconds in the sync offset. So now when you record a video, it will be in sync. And let's just go ahead and record something else just to demonstrate that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my Clapboard. I'm actually going to, and I'm going to write take 2 so we just don't get confused. And I'm going to record one more time. And as you can probably see here, see, we know it's the right video because it says take 2 here. Let's go ahead and play it. And that's about right. It closes right about where it needs to be. So that's it. That's all I got for today. Make sure if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. And remember, if you want that Clapboard, it will be in the description. Make sure you share this video, give me a like. And if you're already a subscriber, go ahead and hit the bell so you know when my next video drops. And I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.